Why, hi everyone, and welcome to today's Hooray It's Thursday. We're live here today from the beautiful, this time sunny Central Coast. It's, a bit like Queensland, perfect one day, raining the next, perfect every other day. But we've got a beautiful sunny day, been outside potting in the garden all morning, so excuse the fingernails. They're a bit, how's your father? So what I've got for you today, it's quite fabulous. We've got some Christmas cards because it's coming to that time of the year where we need to get started with making our Christmas cards. I've started to have a bit of a play, but I've got about 100 to do, and it used to be that I'd make them all exactly the same, but not anymore. So what I'm finding is that I like to get a bit of variety in my Christmas cards, and they don't end up the same. I used to get worried that I'd send the same card to someone the next year, but I use them all and they've all gone out and I don't have any left. So I have to make all new ones anyway. So there's no way they're going to get the same card because I'm using new designer series paper and new stamps. So our fabulous little Christmas catalogue, or our mini catalogue, which you'll see over here, is currently live. You'll find all its goodies in the online store. There is also some online exclusive Christmas stuff that is there available for you as well. Some things have been really popular, so you might want to just, hi Pauline, not a problem. Yeah, it's that time of the day. It was a bit of a toss-up between 3 and 4 today, so I've got some stuff I need to race around like a mad lady at about 4:15, 4:30, so I had to get on early today. So that's okay. We're here on replay. And please, if you watch us on replay, make sure you comment. I will come back to them. If you're watching here or on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so that you can see when I go live. I try and go live most Thursday afternoons at either 3 or 4. I'm not very consistent in that respect, though, because sometimes, like I said, life gets in the way. I've usually got some other things that I'm running around with, but that child's just about to get her license, everything crossed. There's a few times coming up over the next few weeks where I will be working, so we'll see how we go in that respect as well. But if I'm working, I will also sort out a video for you, is my plan. If it's a pre-recorded video, it will go live at 4. Okay, so what I've got on my table today is a little bit of a mixed bag. I've got a bit of a variety. I've got some new stuff. I've got some old stuff. I've got some things I want to talk to you about. Some other things that I want to share that arrived in my last goodie box. We had a flash sale yesterday with free shipping. So when they do free shipping, keep your eyes out because it's a really good time to stock up on things like your envelopes, your adhesives, and your cardstock. So I went through my cupboard and made sure that everything had been replenished so that I am in front again. So I do save for those days, and they're great days to plan for. Otherwise, if you're a new crafter or new to Stampin' Up, or you haven't joined yet, please, I do have a link in the comments or in the description. Think about it quite seriously, because our joining special is the best offer in the catalogue. You will find, oh, hi Lowell, yep, not a problem, all good. You go and deal with Uncle Dan. We all know who Uncle Dan is. That's okay. You go deal with Uncle Dan, or you get him sorted, then you come back. But anyway, our joining kit is the best offer in the catalogue. It is something to consider. It doesn't make you be under any obligation to sell products to other people, but it is always nicer to craft with a friend. I will always say that. So it's nice to join you guys here today. And I'm more than happy if you want to craft along with me, because today we're just sort of making it up as we go. I am thinking about some things that I might like to do in the future, where I actually run an online class and I tell you beforehand what you need. That would mean I'd need to be super duper organized. We'll go with that in a minute. And then you can actually craft along with me, but we'll see how we go with that. It's been something I've been toying with for a little bit. Anyway, back to the kit. The kit is $169 and you get $235 worth of product, and it's free shipping on that kit. So you're actually getting, it's about 33% discount on those goodies that you whack in that kit. So it's something to consider. It's a great way to get started. It gives you a really good boost, and then you get a continual 20% discount, sometimes greater, depending on what your purchases or your sales are. If you want any more information, any more concrete information, flick me a message. I actually have an FAQ sheet that I created a couple of years ago, which has made it really easy with a lot of the questions that people have been asking me. I've been doing this for 10 years. It was never supposed to be a business. It is now. I now run it as one. I have classes the last weekend of every month. I do online stuff, as you guys know, and I do retreats. I've got a retreat coming up in November, which there is still seats available for. So if you're interested in that, please get on to me. Okay, so I'm going to swap you over, because that's enough of me yabbering, to my other screen. Okay, so what have I got in front of me today? Well, I've got a couple of things. Now, you don't normally see me use stamp and seal. Now, there is a reason for that, and that is because I love tear tape. The reason why I love tear tape is because I love the control of it. And sometimes these guys can be a little bit finicky. But, you know, I'm going to show you something that I actually need it for. So there's two different ones. There's Stamp and Seal, and there's Seal Plus. They're both different colors, so that at a glance you can see exactly what they are. Stamp and Seal they're both permanent adhesive. Stamp and Seal Plus is stronger. There's 15 meters in each one. There is a price point difference. I think this one's around the $14 and this one's the $21 mark. Hi Sharon, how you going? I'm slack. I didn't do today's scrapbook page because it's just, life just got away from me, but hopefully she's not checking up on me in that respect, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so Stamp and Seal is good for cards, all of that sort of stuff. I actually need it for exactly what I'm doing today, because I'm going to play with something that you guys haven't seen me do. Seal Plus is great for your 3D projects. I also like to use it as well on my when I use my scrapbooks, because it's not going anywhere. It's stronger. And you know, as it lays down, it's a bit thicker, for want of a better way of putting it. So it's like, remember, I don't know, Sharon will probably remember, and I know Law will. I don't know if Pauline had been exposed to it, but if you remember, there used to be a red tape, and it was thick and it stayed on, and you peel off the red bit and it left this really nice solid tape. That's what this one's more like. Okay, so they come in these really cool little resealable pouches. You can store them in that. Mine end up in my bucket, but my last one ran out, so I am going to open a new one. Actually, did it run out? I don't know. It's probably more to the point, I don't know where it is, because I do predominantly use liquid glue, and then I use tear tape. Liquid glue or multi-purpose glue is my favorite. Hi Chris, how you going? It is my favorite adhesive that Stampin' Up offer. It's the best deal. It goes a long way. You can use it for everything. It even sticks acrylic and acrylic together, so I actually use it in other parts of my business. It's perfect. The thing with it, it's made of latex, so if you've got a latex allergy, you do have to be careful with that. And it's this little guy that I'm talking about. But it, you have a lot more control over it. It's got a little bit of wiggle room. So I do really like it for those sorts of things. So you'll find what adhesive works best for you and what you like with time. Okay. Liquid glue also has the advantage that the thing that I don't like about liquid glue, and it's only one thing, is if you make a mess with it, you have to get it off. I've got a glue eraser for that, but you have to make it so that it's not sticky, because it dries tacky, which will, if it dries tacky on your card and then you put it in an envelope, then in an envelope you end up with it sticks to the envelope. So you do have to be aware of that. Makes really great if you put dots of it everywhere and you want to then let it dry, goes a bit tacky. You can actually add, I lost my bit of foil. You can add embossing powder to it, and you can heat it up and off you go. Or you can stick gems on it. Now, I do have to grab that bit of foil because I need it. So I want to show you something. Well, it's just a plain bit of foil, but I want to show you something with it. So I'm going to stick it under something heavy over there. Okay. So what I've got with me is I've got the plaid embossing folder. I've kept this out so you can see. It actually it's a 3D embossing folder. It will do different thicknesses of our plaid. And I actually think it's really cute. I haven't used it yet, so we're going to play with that. I bought across Peaceful Season because it's a Christmas sentiment only set. So you've got inside and outside sentiments, and then it comes with these fabulous dies. Hi Cheryl, how you going? All right, so I've showed you these dies before, I think. I don't remember. I have made stuff with these dies before. So you've got a Christmas that you can cut out, and then you've got a shadow for it, and you've got some fabulous frames. Okay, and I really like them because they're quite pretty. They've got some stitchy and some decorative stuff, and there's a nice little ribbony one there. Okay, I bought a couple of bits of different ribbon over with me. I was going to play with we've got some little dots that look like peppermints, but they're out of stock, so I put them away. Okay, so Christmas, I pulled out this paper. Now, why did I pull out this particular packet of paper? Because it's specialty paper, and I haven't really had a look at it, and I thought I'm going to have a look and I'm going to have a play, and you guys can join me. So it's got a whole heap of laser cut images. It's called A Little Bit Festive. It's 12 by 12, has a massive range of colours in there. We've got cherry cobbler, early espresso, garden green, granny apple green, misty moonlight, night of navy, pecan pie, pool party, pretty in pink. That's not a Christmas colour. Pretty peacock, real red, very vanilla, and gold. So it's got quite a variety of colour in it. But I've just been seeing people do some amazing things with some of the things in it. But it's like an ephemera pack. So I've currently got it upside down. When you turn it over, you've got a couple of sheets. So there's 1, 2. They're your full pieces of designer series paper. Hi, Nat. Oh, wow, that's a bonus. How's it going up there? I bet you're nice and warm. She's far north Queensland doing remote nursing, doing a fabulous job, of course. So, sorry, Nat, back to this. I miss you dreadfully. Do miss you dreadfully. 2-sided, double-sided designer series paper. Look, these are right up my alley. I love stripes, I love check, I love dots. Couldn't get any happier. These little beauties, these are like little card fronts all by themselves. So these will pop out. You'll see they've got like squares and other bits that pop out. So fabulous for a scrapbook page, right? So this one here, the center pops out around it. This one's got like a little frame around it as well. And your tree's all there by itself. So I'll just put that over there. Here is another piece of designer series paper. They're not candy cane or anything like, or mints. They're just little decorative things on the back of that one. And our good old Christmas trees. But look how fabulous are these 2 pieces. Look at those. All right, we'll do one at a time because they don't fit. So we've got gingerbread, we've got houses, we've got stars, we've got Christmas trees, we've got teddy bears. This one over here's got the ute, and isn't that poinsettia fabulous? So I can see some beautiful scrapbooking pages coming out of these, but I can also see some fabulous cards, and they're all different. Now, the other thing that we've got to make card, and look, all you need, boom, thanks very much, add a sentiment, bit of fibre, maybe an embellishment or 2. Then we've got these guys. Now, again, there's something that goes fabulously with our scrapbooking range, or if you're scrapbooking, I'll pop them out. There's Joyful Saying and Joyful Images. They're both in ephemera packs. We've got other ephemera packs. I'm just going to see if I can shuffle this over here to these pieces so that it can sit on top of those. All right. Let's have a sticky in here. And hopefully you can't hear that, but I've got a sneaking suspicion. I mean, my microphone's good. It picks up me more than it does them, but Tony just started the ride on. So we'll see how we go. All right. This ephemera pack, there's 2. Normally there's 2 of each one in it. What does it say? 8 pieces. So there's 4 different pages, 2 of each one in this one. That one there is also 8. So again, there's 4 different pages and there's 2 of each. So you can make the same card twice, or you can share it with a friend. Yeah, I love the ephemera. And our dear friend Amanda, think she's still here this week. I know she's going overseas, so I don't know if she's watching today. But, oh, there goes another tool. Amanda hates fussy cutting. These are right up her alley as well. So we've got sentiments in this pack. There's even Happy New Year's in there. There's thinking of you, wish you were here. But look at these, and they've all got gold on them. Now, I potentially wouldn't use the Let It Snow. Oh wow, look under there. Yeah, probably wouldn't use the Let It Snow, except I do have some fabulous Santa photos from when we went to the North Pole, don't we, Lol? My auntie took us to the North Pole one year, and oh my gosh, the Santa photos. Oh, wind's up. Probably should have shut the door. So we've got, yeah, the Santa photos are amazing, and yeah, it's a matter of I can scrap them with that. So, gosh, I'm so easy to sidetrack. All right, so we've got season's greetings, Merry Christmas, holidays, joy, and happy. Happy holidays doesn't do it for me, but holidays I can use in a scrapbook page, so that is not a problem. And that happy can probably end up with a birthday stuck underneath it, so that's good as well. Oh, that one popped out. They just pop out quite easily. So we've got Noel. We've got Noel down the bottom here. If you've got a friend called Noel, you could actually put his name on the card, but no. So we've got Noel. We've got a couple of sentiments, and they're quite nice, for want of a better way of putting it. So they'll also work on a scrapbook page. It just depends on what you're doing. Over here, we've got pictures or images and pieces of color so that you can layer them upon layer. Look at that row of fabulous trees. I do love these ephemera packs. There's another page. I think I saw something similar in that pack to this guy. And look, yes, I did. So it matches really well with that designer series paper pack as well. And I think that's all of them. Yep, it is. All right, so we've got those. So really, you could actually get away without stamping anything. But why would we want to do that? We all like stamps. I really also like, I don't know if you've seen this one. This pack is the Reindeer Days. Those coming to class will get to play with that this week, the next coming weekend. And look at that. Look at all those little red bells. Aren't they just the cutest? Anyway, I'll pop that aside. So I still have some spots on Sunday if you're interested. So what I did today, because I'm going to let you guys do a little bit of choosing, so hopefully you're ready to rock and roll. I've got a couple of things up my sleeve. I've got my envelope, and I've got some basic whites for my ends and my tops if I require. This one here is pecan pie. We've got some gold gems that I'm going to use. We've got real red, basic white, and Night of Navy. So first things first, we're going to pick a card base. Okay, and we're going to pick a card base. We're going to use some images. We're going to use some silver. Now, you guys fire away with what color card base you'd like. And the first one that gets to the first color that gets to 3 wins, or first color that gets to 2, whatever, because there's half a dozen of you on there, so you can check that out for me. But so we've got pecan pie, real red, basic white, and Night of Navy, and then we'll make the card based on those colors. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with some silver. I know that the embellishment pack go on, we need a couple more. I know the embellishment pack, the embellishments in here have gold on them, but I don't have gold foil, as in real foil. All right, so we've got 2 for red, 1 for Night of Navy. Like, we're sort of going with these sort of things. All right, so let's go. Is there one more vote, and then we'll be, because at the moment we've got red for the win. I was hoping that someone will pick pecan pie, but anyway, I'm not surprised that. Oh, now we've got 2 for Night of Navy. Okay, we've got a tie. So we've got Night of Navy and red in the lead. I'll give you a few more minutes while we just get that. So what I'm going to do is with this designer series, with this piece of white, while Woody said navy as well. I don't know that Woody should get to count that. What I'm going to do with this piece of basic white, which essentially, I'll fold up a piece of, I'll fold up the red. So this is real red. And you can score it. But I find it easier just to push it around. So this piece here is, okay, so this piece is a centimetre smaller than the front of this. So this piece here will be 13.9 by 9.5. All right, it gives you room for, pecan pie would be very different. It goes well with some of the things really well in there. So that's why I sort of offered it as an opportunity. This will give you enough room if you wanted to mat this a second time, you could. Now, we do have some silver foil available in the catalogue, but we only have matte. We don't have shiny silver foil. So what I've done is I've got just a regular piece of household foil. It's got a few little creases and stuff on it. You don't need to see my phone over there. All right. I am going to cover this piece of basic white in the foil. So foil will sharpen your scissors a little bit. So feel free to cut the foil with it. And this is why I needed the snail. It's got like a little cap on it. And when you're first getting it started, you do need to roll it along a little bit just to get it started. And if at any stage it sticks to this piece down here, you need to break that bit there where it's stuck. Okay. So the reason why I wanted this is I need to put some of this on my front here, and it needs to be quite thin. Okay, so I'm going to go, we've got matte silver at the moment. So I'm going to cover up the matte side and I'm going to put this on here. And then I'm going to come in and I'll just put, very easy to use, as you can see. Just slide it down and I'm just shoving it off. So it breaks really quite nicely. Okay. I'll just trim off my corners. Remember when we used to cover books and we trim off our corners? So I'm just going to trim off my corner because I don't want this foil to add too much bulk. So if you get stuck and you don't have any silver, you do have this option up your sleeve. So I'll just push that in there. So yeah, so remember when you used to have to cover books for the kids for school? That was fun, wasn't it? Isn't contact lovely? All right. Try not to make the sides, try to make it so there's no sticky bits that you don't cover because it will stick to your embossing folder. All right, so now I essentially have just a piece of foil that's on a piece of cardboard. So what I'm going to do with that, I think I turned the light on. That's cool. I'm very clever. Bring in my cut and emboss machine and the bits that I need just for the 3D embossing folder. First up. So number 4 down the bottom. Sorry, number 1 down the bottom, number 4 on the top. 1 plaid embossing folder. Now, because this is a plaid one, it's got a stripe. You need to make sure you get it in the right direction. You want your Stampin' Up sign up the top because that is the embossed side. The other side will give you a debossed image, so the image will be sunk in on the other side. So pop your piece of foil covered cardstock in there and send it through. Now it should go just as easily as it normally goes through. There shouldn't be any dramas in that respect. It will make noise the same as it normally does, and it's going to create some fabulous magic, and you'll get a different sort of look with all different ones. So you'll see not only is it a little bit I'm gonna have to pull it up. It's got like a little bit of a creasy thing happening as well as it's come around. But how fabulous does that look? And it's nice and shiny. So that is actually going to be my background. You could cut a hole in it if you wanted. You could do lots of different things with it. All depends on what you want to do. So it's nice to sort of think about it. But yeah. Okay, so we've got our background. You can't stamp on it unless you're stamping with stays on. So we need to pick what embellishments we're going to use. So, oh, gosh, I love this poinsettia. That just does it all for me. I love it. Absolutely love it. But let's look over here. Because a lot of these images have got gold on them, it's probably ideal that we don't do a gold one. All right. Mainly because it won't really look right. But we can do. All right. Has anyone got any preferences? There's so much to choose from. So much to choose from. I really like this. Look at this. How nice is that? I really think that we need the ute. All right. Chris wants a wreath. Okay, Chris, there's numerous wreaths. Let's have a look at some wreaths. I like the ute, but that's okay. Chris wants a wreath. I'm looking at, all right, yep. Okay, let's have a wreath. I'm going to pick this wreath up here because it's pretty. And because I'm doing a wreath, I will need a bow for my wreath. Come on, Natch, come on. No, just pop out. I'm just being a little bit, tender with it because I don't really want to break it and have to stick it back together. And what else do you think we need on our, let me see. I really think that I need do we need some, no, we don't need any silver stars because we've got gold on this one. I'm thinking, gosh, that's pretty. I am going to put some other paper on there with it, but I'm thinking that it also needs, oh, what do you think? Yeah, the truck's really cute. The truck will be easy for everyone to use. So I'll leave that there for you. We've got this little bit of holly as extra holly. And I do want to put the stars, but you know what? I think these gifts maybe is what I'm thinking. We'll see. We can have a bit of a play. So we need to have a sentiment. So I have choice that I can stamp a sentiment or I can use a sentiment from the ephemera pack. And because that wreath is looking pretty smick. That looks pretty cool. Maybe some decorations hanging down from the top. Yep, they'd look good. So there's lots of different things that we can do. Lots and lots of different things that we can do. So if I actually want some of that, where's that blue? I want some of this. So I'm thinking that I need some of this because I think we just need to make it so there's not so much silver. I love the silver, but we just don't need that much silver. Now, this is a directional print, and I can tell you now when I'm making cards, I'm going to want it to go that way. All right, so which means I've got to cut my paper that way just to get as much out of it as I possibly can. So I'm going to just do a little 5 centimeter strip here of this. And then I'm going to cut a 10 centimeter and I'm going to do it twice. Why am I doing it twice? Is because this is 30 centimeters, and then I'll end up with 3 of them, and I can make another couple of cards. All right. Because I'm actually thinking, as lovely as that silver is, there's too much silver there for me, and I want some plain. Okay. Well, it's not very plain, but you know what I mean. All right. So yeah, and if you wanted to, you could actually stick a piece of that one under there as well. Right, but that looks a bit too busy. Or we can cut down a piece of white and just have that as the back. Do they have smaller presents? Yes, I believe there is smaller presents. And if there isn't, we've got the ephemera pack, which I think I saw smaller presents. They've got these ones. Chris, what do you reckon? So there's this row of presents. They probably are a better colour anyway. These are all going to fall out. So can I recommend that you have a little envelopey thing, or a card case, not a card case, a stamp case to put all your bits in. All right, where did I put the ephemera packs, ladies and gents? I had them just here. I put them in a very safe spot on the table. I'm sure of it. They're right here. Yeah. Presents are too big. Yep, I agree. So what about in here? Is there some little, oh, look, there's some other things in here. Oh, look at that bow. How fabulous would that bow look on it? Right, we're going with a blue bow. Just because I can. Because I've got everything here, I might as well. You know how it is. There's no presents on that. Look, and they've got a green and a red bow on there. Smaller version of those presents, not that much smaller. But it's got a whole heap of other cool stuff. Oh, it's just so nice and so pretty. I just want to use all of it. All right. But I'm thinking, I love the sentiments. Yeah, so there's a smaller version of a few different things on here as well. Okay. But I'll put them back. They're back up. They're up there under the computer. All right, so let's go with a blue bow, because otherwise it's too much red. That's what I was trying to get away from. I needed some other color. Yeah. This piece of navy's got this corner chewed off. So, and often this is how I'll work out my cards. Let's see if I can get away with this chewed off piece of navy. I don't think I can. No, I can't. All right. I had this piece over here. I'll often just sit and play, and then next thing you know, the card is made. So, and that's what I encourage everybody to do. So this piece here is going to be 0.5 centimeter bigger than my piece of silver, which I still think looks fabulous. It doesn't need to, my silver piece doesn't need to be that big, but it's nice that it is. All right. I'm going to stick it, well, I was going to say I'm sticking it down with this, but I'm not, because there's none in it. So I'm just going to stick it down with my Stamp and Seal. Usually when things are bumpy, I like to stick it down with a bit of glue, because then I know it's going to stay stuck. All right. So I am going to put, oh, the breeze is up. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a glorious day out there. Okay. So now we're going to have to bring that red back to the front. There are red berries on here. It sort of does have a right and a wrong way up, for want of a better way of putting it. That bow is going to sit absolutely perfectly on that front door there. And I still think these gifts are too big, but that's all right. I can get away with not using them. Undecided about the door, about that piece, but we'll cross that piece when it comes to it. I actually don't think so. What do you guys think? No. Take you off. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yes. Okay, so I brought over, this is not going to work, but I brought over a couple of different bits of ribbon. This one here is the vanilla with the pecan pie strip, because I wasn't sure if you're going to choose pecan pie. I think was there 15 meters in there? 9 meters that you got in that. Good value for money. So it's pecan pie and vanilla. And I'm just going to use it as a bit of a border, for want of a better word. I'm going to cut this down now to the 9.5 centimeters that is this piece here, because I don't want it to be as big as the navy piece. I want it to be as big, wide as the silver piece. Okay, and it's just going to layer onto there. So yes, it's going to hide some of our beautiful silver work. Chris just likes the silver background. That's cool. We'll see. I'm not sticking it down yet. I'll make up in my mind as we go along. But we need some words. So in here, we've got lots of different words, lots of different ways that you can do them. You can punch them out, you can cut them out, you can do all of those sorts of things with them. Because that die set has a ribbon, we can also do this. We can put a banner across the top, across the bottom of our wreath. We can add the word Christmas in great big writing down here if we wanted to. So this one here fits love from our home to yours. How good is that? Love from our home to yours, love from my home to yours. So that covers, excellent. That's excellent. That covers people that have got a group of family in the house or one person. I do like that. Wishing you all things that are warm your heart and lift your spirit. It's just lovely. So you can actually, sometimes it's hard to see when you're using those what's going to fit and where, but you can go along in here and you can see what's going to fit in each space. Okay, so the Mary's going to fit in the middle. The big word Christmas that you can stamp or you can die cut is not going to fit. If you want to stamp this and die cut it so that it matches your ephemera packs, you can stamp it and then you can die cut it with this little baby here. Okay, so it just depends on what you want to do. All right, so I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I'm thinking that I really like this. And I think that that will make that look so much better underneath there. Okay, so let's decide what we're doing on this. So on here, the word Christmas doesn't fit. Love from our home to yours fits. Season of wonder and happiness fits. Wishing to you and yours doesn't, and none of the other good ones that I like. All the best does. Oh, I love Christmas is in the air. Do I really want this one? Do I really want this one? I don't know if I really want this one. I'm thinking that I want something else. Oh, I should have made the decision before I started. Yeah, I want the little one. Okay. Because I'm going to cut this baby out. Because that's how I'm going to bring my red back to the front. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Lawnmower's back, guys. I hope it's not too disturbing. Okay. So in this stash of goodies, I've got an inside and I've got a scrap. So on my scrap, I am going to stamp is in the air. I'm going to cut the word Christmas out of red cardstock, and I'm going to put is in the air in Night of Navy. I could do it in the green. Actually, I could do it in garden green because it's here too. I bought over all my different colors that I thought that I liked in this set so that I could have a play. And hold your tongue right. Squished it too hard. Hold your tongue right. Stick it, stamp it down. Much better. All right. And the word Christmas is actually going to come out of this guy here. So what I'll do so that I can use it for something else, a lot of you have seen me do this before. A lot of my ladies that come to class know that I love doing this. I'm going to thieve from this piece here for my word Christmas. And the reason why I'm doing that is because then I can use that as another piece on a back. Not you. At a later date. I do like to be frugal with my paper. Frugal's the word that I'm thinking. Frugal's not the word my auntie would be saying, but that's okay. I am known for being frugal. And in these difficult economic times, being frugal is not a bad thing. Okay, so let's shove that to the end and stick the word Christmas in there. Now, you do have to be careful when you pull the word Christmas out. Oh, you're back again. That was a quick trip. You have to be careful when you pull the word Christmas out because the word Christmas is does have an eye in it, and the eye has a tendency to fall, the little dot. All right, make sure that is relatively straight, and we'll shove that all through there. Two at a time. Okay. Cool, I did. I'm really good at losing that little eye, that little dot. Christmas is in there. Look how pretty is that? Look at that. How cute's that? All right. Doesn't take much to amuse me. See, there's the little dot. All right. No, I actually did it a bit close to the edge, this one. Normally I'd push it further into the middle so that I can use this as an edge, but I didn't. That was a bit silly. That's right. Okay, so there's my word Christmas with its dot. Don't want to lose that. Okay. So far we're working with this. It's sort of like, it's got like a, it's not completely round. You could go on there and you could go there. It's a very silver background. I like it. What do you think? So our background's just a bit of fun more than anything. It looks pretty on that. And look, totally left field. Come back here. It even looks pretty on that. So you've got lots of options, but I'm going with silver. Okay. So nobody said that we have to have it central. I am thinking that I'd like to put this on the bottom, Chris. I know you said let's just leave the whole background. But if we look at that, have you up there, I've done it off center and into that top corner. No, it needs to be central. And then Christmas is getting lost. Christmas is in the air. Does Christmas get lost on the silver as much, do you reckon? I think it needs the frame. What do you reckon? Chris, you were helping. You can't go. I think it needs the frame. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp out that frame. Would you like me to show you it's the word Christmas stamped and then we can cut it out? I'll do that for you. So this is real red. The word Christmas is a nice big stamp, so get a nice big block. No, Natalie, you don't want to see that? All right. You all know that you can move your photopolymer so that it doesn't go in a straight line. All right, Natalie, look away. You didn't want to see this bit. It's pretty fabulous, though. I'm sure that you do want to see it. That stamp's now pink forever. You know how it is. And then this guy will cut this out. And then it matches everything else. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Sorry, Nat. Okay. I will need washi tape for this one because that big word Christmas will want to wiggle, and that's just the way that word will function. All right. So I do need to use what you do. But washi tape is your friend at times. If you've got some, if you don't have any, just get some cheap washi tape. It doesn't need to be the expensive stuff. You can also get blue painter's tape. I see what you mean, Nat. Okay, Nat said it doesn't get lost on the silver. You can get blue painter's tape. It'll do the same thing. You just want something that's repositioned. Excuse my tongue. It's tripping over itself today. I think it's feeling a bit exhausted. Okay. I actually think that that's going to work quite nicely. I don't have any red ribbon or any blue ribbon over here with me. I've only got that. And I think that looks heaps better. Oh my gosh. I think that looks better. So you can stick this onto there if you wanted to. And use cardstock and stick it on there. But you can stamp it also, so you don't need to. Right? It looks good, lay it up. If you want to stick numerous ones on there, you can. What I do have, where is it hiding? And it's going to work. I know it's going to work. We've got this really cute baker's twine. Goes with the reindeer sleeve. I love it. Look at it. It's red and white. It's like candy cane. Okay, so I am thinking we need some of this on here. Tear tape. I won't be using my gold dots. They won't work because gold and silver just don't look completely right together. Okay, so I'll just stick this guy behind here. And I'm going to come around 3 times with my baker's twine because I like to do things in odd numbers. I'm going to find my scissors. My watch is telling me it's time to stand up. All right. So there's 3 times around and around. It's not even. I'd like to say that's deliberate, but it's not. Okay, and that's going to get glued on there. Now, I am going to glue it. because the glue is stronger if it comes out. I think that's the one I left on the bench open the other night. It dries out quite nicely. If you use the glue on the back of here, make sure you put some on your ribbon. And that's the reason why I'm using the glue, because I do have the twine on there. So I do want it to stick that just that little bit tighter. Nat liquid glue is your friend up there in, oh, you love silver and gold together. Okay, Pauline, that's all right. Oh, we'll have a look. Up in, is it Weeper, is that how you say it? Up there where Nat is, where it's stinking hot, I will tell you that Seal Plus is more of a friend than Seal, and that is because if it gets too hot, the seal will unstick. So that tells you something that you totally didn't know, is if you stick something down and you press it down and you think, ah, it's crooked, you've got a couple of little ways that you might be able to save something. One of the ways you can save it a little bit is that you can hopefully heat it up a little bit with your heat gun. Not too much, because you don't want to make it tacky and look. You want to just heat it up a little bit with your heat gun. And once you've done that, you should be able to just peel it off a little bit. Now I've got some mini dimensionals here. So this will need mini dimensionals because I don't want to sit on that ribbon. I want to straddle that ribbon. Okay. So I'm quite strategically putting these along my edges here, quite close to the edges. And because I want it to straddle that ribbon, I don't want it to sit on the ribbon. It doesn't adhere as well to ribbon, to the twine or ribbon. So I don't want it to stick in there. Okay. So I'll just jiggle it into space. And we've got a couple of cheats here happening. I've got some lines to give me a guide as to where I want to sit. And I've got that twine there. Now that I've done that, I can actually separate these a little bit. Just so you can see them. If you want to turn one of them into a bow, if you want to add a bow or a knot, knock yourselves out. I'm just going to hang out with the bow that we've got on our wreath. Now, you can sit the wreath on flat, you can sit it on dimensionals, the choice is yours. I really like the idea of it being on dimensionals. However, I am going to put the Christmas up, so the Christmas is going to fit, it's going to have to sit over a little bit because of spacing. Okay, so this is going to go on dimensionals, that's going to go flat. Again, I'm sticking it on foil. You can stick it on with whatever adhesive you like. I think I just picked up the empty one again. It feels like it. Yeah, I should just throw it away. All right. Oops, leaning across the table. All right. A little bit of glue. Don't go too close to the edge because then it squelches all out. And I'll stick it like, oh, don't want to stick my Christmas in there. If you need cards quick and easy, the ephemera packs and this designer series pack are perfect. They make it so much easier to just put some things together, and you've got some fabulous little cards. Christmas is big enough to stick some big dimensionals under the back of it in some spots. Other spots will need a mini. I will be putting some in the middle because it needs the support so my word doesn't go like a banana. Don't want to bendy like banana words. Because if this when this goes in the mail, it will go. Did you see that? How cool is that? I love that trick. Donna showed me that trick. So this Christmas is in the air is going to go like so. And then this guy here. Now, If you want to, you can put a little bit of Wink Stella on this because I think it will make it look pretty. You can also give it some shape by doing that. So what I've done is it's got quite a bit of shape anyway, but I'm just putting some Wink Stella where it's currently coloured lightly. Okay. Now it'll be difficult to see, but if I twist it and turn it and drop it on the table, if I twist it and turn it a little bit, you might be able to see that shine on there. It doesn't want to play nice. See? All right. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do. Do I have a piecing mat here with me? Yes, I do. All right. If you want to make this a little bit more shaped, okay, as much as I love my glass mat, you can't do this on a glass mat. Using your bone folder, you can very gently shape your ribbon. Oh, it's making the table wobble. Sorry, I'm not trying to wobble. I like things that are not flat. I like things that have a bit of puff. Now, I'm just cool, like you'll see, it's just curling, right? But then when I go in on this side and push and I draw around those edges, right, I can actually shape my paper. If you've got more than one, you can do similar to what we do with paper towel, and you can layer them up. But so that'll give me my lines on the back. So now I can come in and I can push on that bit there quite significantly, and this bit here on either side of those creases. Your bone folder is very, very handy tool to have. Okay, by pushing on either side of those creases, what I'm doing is giving that crease a bit more of a defined shape, but I'm also making it so that it sort of sticks it in a bit above and either side of it. So yeah, okay, and it just gives you ribbon. It stops it from being a flat like piece of paper. So you'll see it's got a little bit of shape to it. Not a lot, but it's subtle and it's just pretty. Okay, so if you're doing a lot of stuff, you can put a bit dab of glue. Depending on what you're doing, you can put a dab of glue in the middle or a glue dot, and then you can actually put a dimensional on either side, which is what I'm going to do. So, and what that does is it encourages that middle encourages it to be bendy like a banana. So that middle bit's going to sit a little bit lower. Oh, my glue dots are tough today. They've been sitting in the sun. Don't advise that. Put them somewhere nice and secure so they're out of the sun. All right, and I'm going to put a mini dimensional. Let me just trip over my words. On either bow petal. I'm not going to put any on the ribbon. Stick the pointy end in and take them off. And then when I go to put it down, I'm pushing in the middle, and then where I've pushed it down will sit nice and flat against the wreath, and those bits will sit up. So you'll see how it's got a little bit of dimension, and if I go like that, you can see how it's shaped there a little bit, and it just changes the dynamics. Now, as Pauline said, silver and gold do look lovely together. There's a pretty. So let's put some gold dots on our wreath, because you know what? We've got them and they do look fabulous. And yeah, they come in 3 different sizes that we've got here. And it's funny because I use the big ones on my scrapbook pages more than and I use the little ones on everything. But I have a tendency to use the big ones only on my scrapbook pages. And that is because they're big. So I don't use them on cards so much. Where'd you go? So we can put some gold dots on our wreath. Oh, sit down there. And however many you put depends on what your budget is. If you put 3, not a problem. If you put 4, you need another one. Okay, so we want odd numbers. All right, because it looks better with odd numbers. You can have 6 if there's 3 over here and 3 over here. And you know what? I'm thinking that we might need a bigger one over there. Yeah. And that is our Christmas is in the air card. We need something on the inside. Now, because we've just got sentiments for our stamps, we can stamp a sentiment on the inside. Where has the stamp set gone? Over here. Thinking of you with warm feelings and a wish for all the merriest. Friends and family are the true Christmas gift. Christmas is in the air. Let's see, what should we do? Hoping this season is bright and beautiful. That's really little. It's great. It's empty. I want something that's nice and big. They're only shown at 80% on the on here. 85% they're shown here. So if you want to see true size and measure it against anything, you need the inside. All right, or the actual stamps. So to go with this font here, I'm going to wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits is what's going on inside here. And because the card is in red, I will do the card. I will do it in. I'm going to do it in Night of Navy. Okay. And you know those gifts, you could put them on the inside. I think it needs to go in the middle. I don't normally stick things in the middle. No problems, Nats. It's good to see you online. All right. I'm going to do... I'm trying to get it in the middle and I'm trying to get it straight. So what I have a tendency to do is I stamp it like so. And the reason why I do that, if you've watched videos before, you'll know the reason why I do that is because I can then line it up quite nicely, and I seem to be able to line it up. It's like I'm telling my brain something different, and I can seem to line it up a bit better. Now, this little guy here that's trying to be elusive goes quite nicely with my, this is that same one again, with my front. It's too hard to pick up like that. I'll just pick it up with that bit of putty on the end. And then I can write around it. Okay. When it comes to the outside, the envelope, I will just use whatever Christmas stamp that I've got stamped at a time when I need to do some other envelopes, and that is what I will use on this particular envelope, because there's only sentiment stamps in here. And that's okay. I've got other stamp sets. My gosh, I'm all over the shop here with my words. I've got other stamp sets that I can use to make some beautiful cards. I'm looking forward to seeing what Nat's beautiful sunny cards are going to be this year. I'm hoping that she's got time with it being all the way up there. So that there is this week's Christmas card. I reckon that this here is going to be just fabulous. That one just does it all itself with sentiment across the middle. It's a really nice set. Pauline, have you got this? I think you need to make some scrapbook pages with it. I think I might take it to retreat and make some scrapbook pages with it. Okay, so without further ado, oh, that's right. Pauline had to, no, it was Chris that had to duck off. That's right. Just remember, if you've got a massive wish list, pop it all in the cart. That is a Join Now special. Get more bang for your buck. It's a time, excellent. It's a time of year when it's really important to try and save money wherever we can. So saving that little extra couple of dollars whenever you're spending on your craft supplies is a good idea. I think this card turned out way better than I thought it was going to be when I first looked at that. I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? But it's all good. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. I can't remember. I think am I working next week? I haven't looked. I normally like to, I think I'm going to start looking. I'll start looking the week before so I can tell you whether you're getting a video or whether you're actually getting me. But things change these days. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to head off now, and I will say I will catch you all later. Toodaloo, and stay safe. Happy crafting. Until next time.